saw, I think, 231 at big weigh-in, right? Is that about where you want to be, and what did it take to kind of get there?
Oh yeah, that is where I wanted to be. Last year I was playing around 225-ish. So I knew definitely moving inside the box too that the extra 5-6 pounds helped me develop. So no, it took a lot of hard work, especially how hard we work out. You're gonna lose a lot of weight, and so it took a lot of eating, definitely a lot of eating, but a lot of lifting too, just focusing on getting stronger, but maintaining my speed as well. But it was definitely a grind to get to 231. So I just gotta hopefully stay there, and hopefully that I could keep performing at this weight.
Scott Kiefer with the Green Blues. Last year, some of the defensive numbers were a little off, but again, you guys ranked among the top in the country in tackles for loss and sacks. Can you kind of put into words what emotional impact a tackle for loss has on you and your teammates?
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's definitely something that plays a big part into momentum, and I think that's what the game is about. Whoever's going to win the momentum side of the football game, who's going to come up successful. So now we emphasize getting tackles for loss, sacks. It's really all about the ball. But whenever you get a chance to tackle someone in the backfield, that's always a huge play. It's going to get your teammates fired up. So we definitely emphasize getting those TFLs, and we want to lead the country in all stats, but especially TFLs.
So John Blau, the Post-Incarner, just a question about Will. We just talked to his intensity level. He talks about sometimes he can take it the wrong way, sometimes people kind of get it. What's the most intense moment you've ever seen from Will? What's the most intense you've ever seen him?
I think it was one day during spring practice. We had something broke out. It gets super competitive out there. So I think something broke out, and defense was chirping, offense was chirping, and I think the offense got a big play on us, or shit might have broken a big run, and he came back and he called out every single defensive player's name and just started chirping at us. So that was probably the most intense that I've seen Ship get. Ship, he's honestly pretty quiet out there. He doesn't talk much unless you really, unless it gets pretty heated. But, he broke a big run out on us, and that's when he started, going at him. I've never seen that side of Ship, and it brought out the best of us too. So, it was great to see that from him. But Ship is really just a silent assassin out there. He handles his business. He's all about his business. He's very quiet. But, if things pop off, Ship is going to let you know. And don't let him make a big play, 'cause he will let you know that he just did that. But, yeah, that was probably the most intense that I've seen him.
Will Vandervoort with the Clemson Insider. Wanted to ask you about the younger guys behind you. Obviously, you're going to have to count on them big time this year. What have you done and the other guys done to kind of get those guys ready for camp and then maybe the season as well?
Are you talking about the younger linebackers specifically? Okay. We come in and watch extra film, and, the thing about them that I love is that they're so intentional. They ask questions, even if it's not there's no stupid question, of course, but, it's it'll be simple stuff that they're, they want to know, and they want to know, the ins and outs and whys. And so I think when you have that out of young guys, and it's going to carry them a long way. So just having that, intentionality to them, and just, the eagerness to learn, I think that's going to help them in the future, and definitely create some more depth for us.
Beth Poole from Fox Carolina. So much attention is on the offense this year with the new OC, Cade coming in, starter right off the bat. What have you guys seen from them? Is there something different? Is there a different energy? How does it look to you guys on the other side of the ball?
Yeah, I really just feel like the camaraderie within the offense has just been, second to none. Especially, coming in with a new OC, new quarterback. I think the vibe over there has just been different. And Cade has, taken that role, and he's ran with it. And he's really leading. He's using his voice. And the other guys are listening to him. Even if it's a freshman or a fifth-year senior, they're listening to Cade because that's the guy. But no, it's been great to see Cade just step up into that leadership role and, command the attention of the offense. And, because other guys, they go as he goes. So just to see him step up like that, it's going to help the offense, but it's also going to help defense and special teams as well.
Barrett, Larry Williams, TigerNet.com. Sounds like the accountability numbers have been better than in a long time. What do you chalk that up to? How do you explain it? How that's happened?
I think that's just I think it's just leadership. We have a bunch of 5th and 6th year guys who came back who would have gotten drafted last year. And, you really just want to lay it all out on the line for them. You want to do all you can for them, and that's in all areas. That's on the field, that's going to class, and it all ties in. So I think it just starts with the leadership. We want to make those guys proud. We want to empty the tank for them. So when you have that leadership and the guys that came back, and you want to do everything right for them, and that's going to class, that's on the field, going to meetings, it's everything. So we just want to, send these guys out with a bang, and I think that starts from the freshmen up to the 6th years and 5th years guys.
Hey Barrett, David Hood with TigerNet.com. Speaking of Will in the offense, he very proudly said that they got a couple of big bangers on the defense today. You guys have had your way with the offense really for a couple of years out there, we've heard. Is it good that this offense is now starting to find its own, even if it is the defense giving up a couple of them?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, it is great. It's just I think we've had competition ever since I've been here, but having the addition of Coach Riley and just a new flavor with the offense, it's definitely has stepped up, I would say. So practice is so competitive out there. I hate to say it, but it's very frustrating for the defense just because the offense is so unpredictable and you really never know what's going to come. And Coach Riley does a great job disguising things and making this look like that and vice versa. So, but no, I hate to say it, but just the offense has stepped up a lot. They have been dominant in the past too, but just really just adding Coach Riley and they've made it so much more competitive recently. So, it's annoying for us, but I'm glad to see it.
One of the defensive backs said during the spring that it seemed like he'll get you going one way on a play, he'll think about it, and then 2 plays later somebody's got way too much green. That's the way you put it. It seems like somebody's always got open space around him. Is that the way you see it?
100%. And just like I said, it's so unpredictable. You never know what's going to come with Coach Riley. And they'll line up in one set one day and they'll line up in the same set and it's a completely different thing. And just, so much disguising is going on. So I'm excited to see what the offense does this year and just how they keep developing over the course of camp.
I guess Barry, you talked about being 231 yourself. I think Wade Wood adds up to 232. Just from where he was as a freshman to where he is now, just how drastic is his development?
Yeah, just Wade's grown into he's getting so comfortable in his skin. That's the best way to put it. When Wade first got here, he wouldn't even say a word, and now he's yelling at me every day and. He's grinding in the weight room and eating and watching extra film. So I think he's just really getting comfortable in his own skin. He's showing that he's developing within the program, and especially physically, you see him he's much bigger than he was. He's putting the work, and I'm glad that it's being you can see that just from a physical standpoint, but just mentally too. He's been grinding mentally, and he's really learning the playbook and all areas. It's all tied in for Wade. So I'm glad to see that from him.
I guess you've talked about in the spring that it's up to other people to decide whether you, Jeremiah, are the best duo in the country. But what does the expectation level feel like for the linebacker core, knowing you have you, Jeremiah, and Wade alongside?
We just want to show up and be the best version of ourselves every day. And if the numbers or the whatever people say that we are the best, then that's up to them. But for us, we just want to do all we can for the team. Just help us come out end of the day with some wins, and we want to win the national championship. So if that requires me and Trot having 0 tackles or 20 tackles a game, then so be it. But we just want to be the best versions of ourselves every day. That's all that me and Trot could ask for. So we'll let the people and the numbers speak for themselves. But we just want to be the best versions of ourselves every day.
Jared, Carmine Jumay, Fox Carolina. What feeling do you get when you have all the handshakes with the guys, the custom, celebrations, and how many different handshakes do you think that you have?
I probably have 15. I wish I had one with the whole team. I wish it just set out a time where you could just go around to the whole team, but I think I have about 15. But I think that just really puts into perspective how at the end of the day it's football and they want to make it fun, and I think that's what that time is for, because football, it can be stressful at times, and fall camp is a grind, but at the end of the day, once you're doing those handshakes, it just it makes you feel like you're a little kid again and playing Pop Warner football. So that's like my mindset with it. It's just kind of like an escape from all the stressing and whatever, and just playing with the game with my brothers. So it just really puts into perspective that I'm just playing the game that I love and that I have loved since I was a kid.
Jump with the state your video game, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you play the NCAA games growing up at all?
100%.
Tell me about what you like about that and your excitement about that game being on the horizon. I think next summer is the tentative release date.
Oh yeah,
Beat Barrett Carter in that game.
I'm ecstatic. Like, that was like probably my favorite game growing up, and I probably played it way too much. I probably should have been doing homework more than I should have been playing the game. But, the fact that they're coming out with that game and, I could get to play with myself and, play with my teammates, it's a huge, huge step for college athletes and, where the future of college football is going. So I'm just excited. I thought they were supposed to drop it this summer, but something happened. But, it's a great feeling. Just the fact that I get to see number 0 and Carter in a video game. So I'm looking forward to it.
Were you a Road to Glory guy? Were you a quarterback? What did you do?
Road to Glory. I was a quarterback, running back, receiver. That's my true position. I'm not a linebacker, but I'm excited for it though.
What do you think of XT? Is the 6th year going to be the charm for him?
I hope so. XT, I'm so glad that he's back. He's gone through so much. 2020, he had his problems and that he went through, but he responded with that. And who knows what may have happened last year? He may have gotten drafted, but he decided to come back. So, when you see that out of a guy like XT, just a leader, a guy who's about his business, it means the world for us. And, we just want to send him out, like I said, with a bang and, make sure that he ends up on top and wins a national championship for his last year.
How different is he, you think, now? I mean, he obviously lost all that weight. How different do you think he'll be as a player?
I mean, yeah, he looks much better. XT, I think you say he's at like whatever % body fat, but he's so fast, and he always says that he's faster than me, and I'll never like willingly admit to that, but he may be, and he can flat out move. So I think him dropping down to the weight that he's at, and I think that'll help him a lot this year. And I think he has a chance to leave Clemson with the most sacks in a season. So I think he has that type of potential. So I'm excited to see him work this year.
I guess it's just the first day of camp, but the reserves behind you guys are pretty young, Deacon, Jamal, and Cody Clown. I guess what are your initial impressions of those guys? And as an older guy, do you feel kind of an urgency to kind of almost help coach those guys out too?
Yeah, so just me, I feel like I'm a natural born leader. So it's like just natural for me to just bring guys along with me. But, from those guys, they're very intentional and they're very eager to learn. And like I said, they're always asking questions. They're coming to me, Wade, just always coming to us for advice and asking questions. So, when you have that from young guys, I'm not even sure I was like that my freshman year. Just like, because I was scared that this might be a dumb question or whatever. But those guys, they don't hold back. And I think, just having that mindset, just having that humility, that no ego mindset is going to help them in the future and just help them develop as men and as football players.
You're the first guy to wear number 0 at Clemson. Explain your affinity for that number or anything behind it?
I mean, after I committed, I texted Coach Sweeney. I was just like, are there any single digits? I've always worn number 1 since I was in high school. But he told me 0 was the only one. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, first number 0 in Clemson, agent 0, like all that. So that was all going through my head. But, I just wanted to make a statement. Usually sometimes when freshmen come in, they're given other numbers, but like being the first number 0 in Clemson history, I don't take that lightly at all. And it's just a true blessing that I get to, have that behind my name, being the first number 0. So, it's up to me to just wear that and, try to be the best number 0 to ever play. That's my mindset. But, it's just a blessing that I get to wear, such a prestigious and special number.
And Antonio's the 0 on offense. Do you have a little bond or kid about that? Or?
Oh, that's my locker buddy. No, I call Antonio Big 0 and I'm Bigger 0. But no, that's my brother Antonio. And I remember I didn't even know he was wearing 0. And then one day I walked in the locker room and I saw that his locker was right next to mine. I was so confused because I was so used to being the only 0, but I'm glad that he's wearing it. He's such a special guy, special player. But I think we're the best 2 numbers on Clemson. But that's just me. But that's my brother though.
Who's going to be the biggest playmaker on the offense, on the outside at receiver?
We have a bunch of dudes there, and I think from top to bottom, all of the guys can play. So whether that's Adam, Bo, Cole, Noble, I think all those guys can go out there on Saturdays and make plays for us. So yeah, I think they're all studs. They all can go get the ball. They all can run. So they're all dominant after the catch. They all can block too. So either of those guys can all make plays for us.
Take one more for Barrett, if anybody has one. All right, Barrett.
Thank you, Barrett.
Thank you.